one we look at is a bar graph. So that can be the first thing you write down. And bar graph, it tells you there, uses rectangles or bars to display data. Uses rectangles slash bars to display data. Now while you write that down, I'm going to see if I can't find this here, because I should have had this already drawn up. Let's see where we're at here. Got some math. What we got? Fifth grade.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's your feet up there.
Most of those are cold.
30, do you see something that says 39 here? I don't see. Yeah, there it is. And if you look at the bar graph that they have there, when you see a bar graph, like the bar graph they have shown there, the first thing you want to do is just look at the little, look at the titles there, and see what the bar graph is about. And if you look at that, the first bar graph they give you is about,
Test scores.
yep, it's about test scores. Love it. Love it. And, but what about test scores, or what are we looking at?
Is the number correct, and how many students got the number correct?
Yeah, how many people got number correct? And make sure you kind of understand that little chart that they give you is called a frequency table. Okay? And what a frequency table tells you is how often that number happens there. Okay? So the first column here was number correct. And this one is how many, the number of people got that many number correct. Because notice you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. How many people got just one correct? One person did. This stands for a number of people. How many got 2 correct? 4. 3 correct was 7. 4 correct was 5. Boom, 5, and 3. Okay, this, and it's important to know, this is a frequency table. Because we're going to actually do one there. And see if we can't come up with one there. So here is, I want to do this, and we're going to do this little thing together while we talk about it. A frequency table. And we're going to, the title of our frequency table is going to be number of siblings.
We already did this.
Did we do this one?
Yeah, we did number of siblings, yeah.
Oh, what else can
Number
we do?
of pets.
Number of pets. I like that one. Let's do that. Abram comes up with the winner there.
What if you have over like 20? That's lots of cats.
Well, we'll make a frequency for that. So the name of our table is going to be number of pets.
What if they have died?
Then we don't count them. Number of live pets. And so we'll do this. We'll go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and more than 5. 5 plus.
Like the fish count?
Fish always count.
Oh.
All right. And then again, remember when we do the frequency table, we use tally marks because that's the best way to keep track of running total of things as we go around. So we'll start over there. Bryce will tell us he has how many? 2. So we put a hash mark there. Faith says just 1 pet. Tyler?
5.
5 or 5 plus. Parker, how many pets?
5.
Well, you guys are pet happy people there. Carolyn? How many? 3. Who's back over there? Wade?
3.
3. Ken's?
2.
2. I'm guessing Carter, you got 5 plus? All those cats, all those you call pets though, huh? You know the names of them all? Yeah, barn cats.
I was called barn cats.
Yeah. Amelia?
Well, if I can catch them,
3. Evelyn?
catch them, my name. 0. They die.
No pets. Jack?
Catch them, if I had
Just give me a number here. We don't know.
Well, I want to ask, like, I'm sorry, can I ask a question? It's not dead. My mom got allergic, so we gave it to my grandma.
Well, if it's at your house, let's just say they have to be at your house.
0.
Perfect. Abram? 1. Brant?
5
Plus. And Carter?
1.
1. Okay. So you got your tally marks there, and then the frequency is how often those things occurred. How many people only had 0? That'd be 2. We write the actual number there. 3 people had 1. 2 people had 2. 3 people had 3. Nobody has 4. And 4 people had 5 plus. Okay. And then with that, children, with that, if we turn our frequency table on its side, let me give you this, because we are then going to make a,
Line graph?
well, we'll call this one a bar graph instead of line. But we can use this for bars. Even though it says line on top.
Should we put the...
I'll show you in just a second. Don't start without me.
Should we put the number of times?
I'll show you. Don't get ahead of me. Remember when Jack asked me if we were going to do an investigation? Ask questions.
I got 2 ahead.
Ask questions after we discuss that. What number? What's on top of this?
Nine.
Uh-oh. Is that 31? There it is. Perfect. It's a good day so far.
Good day.
It's a fun day.
So with that being said, when you see your graph there, we got to come up with, figure out how we are going to transfer our frequency stuff to our table here. And the first thing we have to do is title our graph, which is what? Number of pets. Okay. And then going up here, this is our frequency going this way. And these start with this. This is no pets. Well, actually, we should probably do this. Well, maybe we shouldn't. I guess 0 people, 1 people, 2 people, 3, 4, 5. And then our bars would be how many people have 0 pets, how many people have 1 pet, 2 pets, 3 pets, 4 pets, 5 pets, or 5 plus. And then we have to transfer our data from this. So how many people did we say had 0 pets? 2. So we're going to go up to at 0 here, and really we'll just make a bar like this. We're not going to color the whole thing in. We're just going to make a bar that looks like this. So you might want to go in between all that. We should change colors. And then how many people had 1 pet?
3.
3. So that bar is going to go up all the way till the frequency of 3. How many folks had 2 pets?
2.
2, so that's back down here. Three pets?
3.
Is it only 2?
3.
3, I have 3.
3.
So that one's going to go to here.
3 for 3.
None for 4. Nobody likes the number 4. Then 5 was how many? 4. 4 people had 5. And again, bar graphs are there because it gives us a very quick look at what our results were from our little survey. Looks like it's kind of even around the board, except there's a bunch of people that have bar and cats apparently. What goes down there? Number of pets will go down here. That is absolutely wonderful. Now, children, as we move on, if you're looking at page 451, okay, we move on to something that is called, make sure it says it here, a histogram under our graphs. A histogram. And a histogram is nothing more than a glorified bar graph.
Glorified bar.
It's a bar graph that doesn't have spaces with no spaces between. Okay? And in addition to that, the bars represent intervals. And we'll talk about that. Let me go back to let's go back to this. I'm going to erase. Do we have another frequency table?
Yes. Yes.
We're going to do a hypothetical here. I'm trying to think of what we can do though.
Video games.
Number of video games.
Okay, I have more than 4. I have like more than like.
Okay,
I have like. You've seen that.
and what we'll do for that,
Lot.
what we'll do for this one, we'll change it up here. Okay? This time the question I'm going to ask you is number of minutes you do homework. Is everybody 0? Because if that's the case, I'm going to change it.
No.
Some people have homework?
I have like.
How many people have no homework? Ever?
Sometimes.
So let's just go on an average night.
My dad gives me My dad gives me
Oh,
No, you get another.
He prints out a sheet. Hour and a half.
is there another one? I probably have enough to give you another one of these.
You get me one.
Who doesn't have any place to do another frequency table?
Well, all of us don't.
Oh, here.
No, I didn't.
Let's throw another one down here.
Thanks for
Now, this would be the difference between histograms and bar graphs, because we would do a histogram. I hope I have enough.
Favorite dad one.
Marie has one.
Do you have one? I have one chart. Here would be the deal with this. See, if we were talking about homework, we're not just going to have a single number like 1 cat, 2 dogs, pets. We're going to have intervals, and that would be something like that. If you have 0 to 15 minutes of homework, 16 minutes to 30 minutes, 31 minutes to
45.
35, right, no, 45 minutes, sorry, yeah. 45 minutes, 46 minutes to an hour, and then we could go 61 minutes to an hour and a half, I guess. And then 90 plus would be more than an hour and a half worth of homework every night. See, notice this is not a specific thing, but it's a range of numbers. So as I ask you, if you tell me which of those you probably fit into, Bryce, you would say 0 to 15, and Faith, boom, and Tyre.
15.
We're going to have a lot of that going on there. Parker?
16 to 30.
16 to 30. Carolyn?
16
16 to 30. Wade?
0 15.
15. Ken?
16 to 30.
We're gonna get pretty heavy on that end today. Carter?
0 to 16 to 30.
15 to 30. Amelia?
40, no, 61 to 90.
61 to 90.
Whoa.
Evelyn?
0 to 15.
15. Jack?
31 to 45.
You just wanted to balance out my numbers. Good. Abram? Just 0 to 15. Brand?
16 to
16 to 30. Carter?
16 to 30.
16 to 30. And then our frequency for this would be, did I miss somebody yet? We got 6 and 6 and 1 and 1. And now when we go to our bar graph, our chart, it's going to be a histogram, not a bar graph. And it's going to look like this. It's going to be different because we have, write this, get this. It will be different because now, instead of this just standing for 0 pets or whatever, this whole bar here stands for 0 to 15. And then this next whole thing stands for 16 to 30. And then this one was 30 to 45. 31 to 45. And 46 to 60. 61 to what, 90?
Yeah.
And then 90 plus. And again, this side is still the frequency or how many kids. And you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the difference is you have to color in the whole bar here. So it would look a little like this. You know, for the first one, the number of people that said they have 0 to 15 minutes went all the way up to 6. So you color this whole, there's going to be no spaces between our bars. This whole thing is going to get colored in.
What's the fourth one?
Same thing for 16 through 30, it went all the way up to 6, I believe.
Yeah.
Not looking exactly at anything there. (31 to 45), was there somebody? 31 to 45, so it gets colored in here. Nobody here but one person there. And that would be, the difference between a bar graph and a histogram is a histogram has intervals of length, time, whatever it would be. In the book they use, you know, you could do it on the last homework assignment. You know, the interval might be people that got 0 and 1 wrong, 2 and 3 wrong, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, and that would be another way to do beyond fair histograms.
What's the? I can't read that handwritten. What's good hand?
0, 15, 16, 30, 31, 45, 46, 60, 61, 90, 90 plus. Now, also we're going to talk about what the book calls stem and leaf plots. Stem and leaf plots. And how those look are like this. Here is the stem. And then over here is the leaf. And the leaf looks like this, and I will show you 1, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8. 1, 4, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8. 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. I'll let you write that. Write down these numbers, and I'll tell you what they mean in a sec here. When you see a stem and leaf plot, it's another way to organize numbers so that you can kind of see in a short way what numbers have more things of or whatever. What this means is the leaf is always just 1 digit. The stem can actually be more than that, but what happens is this. you put the stem with each leaf, and that's what number it represents. In other words, you put the 1 with that one there, and it stands for an 11. The 1 with the 4 stands for a 14. The 1 with the second 4, another 14. 1 with the 6 is 16. 1 with the other 6 is another 16. 1 with a 7 is a 17, and a 1 with an 8 is an 18. Same thing with this. A stem of 2 and a leaf of that stands for 20, a 2 and a 0, another 2 and a 0, a 21, a 22, and a 23. And what it does, it's a quick way to organize these in groups of 10. Okay, this shows you how many 10 in the 10s group and how many in the 20s group. Okay, and let's do a case in point of that, because everybody kind of had that in there. If you don't mind, if you know it, let's just check. Let's do a stem and leaf plot of your parents', let's just say your mother's age. All right, let's go your father's age, because
Yeah.
mom probably doesn't want to share. So
I know.
when I ask you, give me your father's age there, just Bryce. If you don't know, take a quick guess there. Faith, any idea? 50.
42.
42. Abram? Maybe 50? You guess it. Oh, 50, okay. Brant?
Should I put both of mine or
Just pick one.
23?
23?
Yes.
Carter?
No. It's probably 38.
38? I like it. Yeah,
38.
another 38. Love it.
57.
57.
Really?
Kent?
42.
42.
Lucky.
Wade?
48.
48. 48. I didn't write down very well. Carolyn? 46. Hart?
50.
50.
Really?
Jack?
I think it's 38.
I'm older than this.
48.
Evelyn?
48. I think. I don't know.
Okay, so if you were making a stem and leaf plot, okay, here's what it would look like. We've got our stem here, boom, and we've got our leaf over here. The stems are all the digits that are in the tens place. So my stems range from the 30s to the 40s to the 50s. So I have a 3, a 4, and a 5. And then as you go on to 2, I guess I have a 2, sorry. Raise that and put a 2. A 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. And then you would organize the numbers based on that. 41, I'd leave some spots because I might have a 40, but here is 41. 50 is a 5 and a 0. 42, 50, another 50, 23, 38, I put the 8 over here just to leave me some room. 38, another 8, 57, 42, a 48, a 46, a 50, a 38, and a 48. Did I miss one?
28.
What's that?
I put 28.
Oh, where was that supposed to go? The 30s?
38.
The beauty of the board. Come on, little guy. Bottom.
That's cool.
And the top. So then boom, you can kind of see, you know, and this organizes that so you can see most of your parents are somewhere in the 40s, you know, one in the 20s and those right there. We could turn this and make a histogram of this. You know, you could flip-flop this thing and put it on its side and it would look like this. What would be our ranges down here? This would be ages. And what would you say we'd make one age that would go from 20 to 29 maybe. Then we'd go from 30 to 39. Then we'd go from 40 to 49. And then 50 to 59. And then remember, the lines going up would be the frequency that happens. This would be 1 time, 2 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if we were doing our stuff here, it would look like this. How many people were in this category here? Just one. I guess I need to draw these first. Hold on. We need to do this all the way up so we've got our lines. So our histogram would look like this. What color should we do this in? This green color.
Yeah, green.
How many were 20 to 29? Just one. How many were in the 30 to 39s? 3. 1, 2, 3. How many were in the 40s? 2, 4, 6. And how many were in their 50s? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this would be your histogram of the ages of your parents, or your fathers, I guess it would be there. And then take a look at page 454, please. Have we talked about pictograms?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Where they use pictures to stand for things. Let's just see if we can't answer those questions there. If you look at the little pictograph on the top of page 454, you're looking at that. What is the key thing you need to know? You need to know what each little sandwich stands for. And what does each sandwich stand for, Jack?
4 students.
4 students. So question number 6 says, how many children prefer grilled cheese? So you'd have to count up the number of sandwiches there.
Sandwiches.
How many sandwiches are there? Fortunately, you know how to multiply here. Faith, there are.
10.
So that gives you how many kids? 40 kids. How many kids like the smoked turkey, Bryce?
32.
Wait, are you on smoked turkey? Because
Oh.
smoked turkey I only get 5 times 4, which is 20. We'll skip that last thing. And then the last one there is a circle graph. Have we talked circle graphs?
Yeah.
When do you use circle graphs? When you, Abram? Percents, because you are splitting up a whole. Splitting up wholes. And that is true. You use percentages of things out of 100 or whatever. So answering questions 9 through 12. What 2 activities does Greg spend most of his time doing? You look at that circle graph. Wade?
Sleeping.
That's one of them. And the other one is?
Play.
Playing. Yes. What 2 activities it says? Which activities does Greg spend the least amount of time on? Eating. What activity takes about the same amount of time as sports? Spends what about the same amount of time as sports? Reading. Which activity takes more time than sports? Television. Playing. Sleeping. And number 12, list activities together that take about 12 hours, which means they'd have to add up to half of the day. If you put what together, would you get about a half? Carter?
Sports, sleeping.
Sports, sleeping, and eating would take up a half. Or you could do sleeping, eating, reading. Or you could do television, playing, reading. Or you could do something
Eating, sleeping.
there, something there, there. It's a shame, but I believe we've run out of time.
Tis the season.